Hello, everybody. I just wanted to jump up on here and talk about Found, the TV show that I've been recently been watching. I just recently got into. This show is like so good because I recently didn't watched every show that I wanted to get into. I have nothing to watch, and I saw this show on TikTok. People said it was good. I literally watched the first season and I just love it. Mainly because of the relationship, connection, whatever they want to call it, between Gabby and Sir. It's like literally off the charts. It's so intense. They have so much chemistry together. It's like the actress Shamela Hampton and Mark were born to play at a TV show together because of how the chemistry in their scenes just come off so natural when they're with each other. But I'm here to talk about, season two so far because season one was a great season. Great season. It ended off great. It ended off so fucking amazing. But I want to talk about season two. I want to talk about some of my concerns, thoughts, what I think of the season, where I think it might go, and maybe just some things I just don't like. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Season two for Found. Number one, I would really have to say they opened up where it left off. That was great. The first episode of season two literally gagged me. It was so good, had me on the edge of my feet. Sir did exactly what the fuck he said he was gonna do, and he kidnapped Lacey. He told Gabby if she ended them, let him go, do anything to their relationship, he was going to go after Lacey, and he kept that motherfucking promise. That shit was crazy. Because, I was thinking, he ain't going to do that. But he did. Like, this dude is so twisted. This is how delusional this man is. For him to think Lacey is the reason why Gabby doesn't love him is bonkers. Something is absolutely wrong with Sir. Mentally, he needs to get some help. He truly loves Gabby. And in his mind, he thinks this relationship he has with her is healthy when we all know it's toxic. He's obsessed with Gabby. Literally obsessed. Fuck in love. Fuck all of that. He's like obsessive over her. Like, he's so in love with Gabby. And it's so crazy that he think Lacey is the reason why she didn't return any of that love. That makes no sense. Maybe has he thought that, I don't know, he kidnapped her at 16? Like, he didn't think that's the reason? Like, that man is crazy. And what's so crazy with Sir is that I like him. I know I'm supposed to hate him, but he's so good at being interesting. Like, I want to know more from him. He's so complex, even though it's only been a first season. It's hard for me to hate him. I know he's supposed to be the villain of the story because, he kidnapped two girls, gave them trauma, put them through hell. I absolutely get that. But I feel like the writers make it hard for you to hate him because Mark is just so fucking good at playing that character and putting everything into that character and acting his ass off that it's like, damn, I low key like Mark. Like, Mark is like really showing us he really can't act because who knew the guy from Saved by the Bell really could be acting like acting like this. This shit is crazy. Like, he literally acted his ass off. So yeah, season two opening up where season one left off was really great. Gabby told everyone at MA that she held Sir down there, kept him prisoner. They all were upset. I feel like for her friends to judge her for how she handled her trauma is wrong. I get it if she told an outsider and they might have had to have a different view on it, like Trent, who thinks, she's no better than Sir because she did the same thing to him that he did to her. I understand him having that mindset, but I feel like for as long as he knew her, he could at least understood a little bit more on why she did what she did. Her friends too. Everyone in there needs to get a therapist. They all need to seek out and get some professional help. They're all not dealing with their trauma in a way that is healthy. they're dealing with it in their own way, which isn't wrong. There's no right or wrong way to deal with your trauma. Gabby way of dealing with her trauma was keeping Sir locked down there in that basement, holding him captive to see if he did he like not like did he think it was okay to be in a basement and not have any freedom. Was it wrong for her to do that? I don't know. It's like two sides of a different coin. I'm not saying it was right, but I don't necessarily think it was wrong because, again, it was the way she was dealing with her trauma. You feel me? All of them have a different way of dealing with their trauma. Don, Zeke, Lacey, Margaret, they all have their own way of dealing with their trauma. And I feel like for all of them not to understand where she was coming from in that moment, it just pisses me off. Well, Don is cool because Don really in this whole situation really been Gabby's ride to die. Because he was the one who found Sir for her. He found him, tracked him down, and then led him to that trap for Gabby to kidnap him. I really feel like we need to get a flashback of that, and I hope we get it soon. I want a flashback of that day, when it happened, and how it happened. We need to get that, and we need to get it fucking immediately. Stop wasting time and let's go and let's get it. You feel me? Okay, let's get it. Like, we need to get it. You feel me? We need to get that. As far as Lacey, Lacey did forgive Gabby because she understood why she did what she did. But at the moment, she does have a right to be upset because if if Gabby was going to tell anybody that he was trapped in that basement, it should have been Lacey because they were prisoners together. And they got out together. They survived together. They sisters. So I feel like she should have told her straight up. But I just feel like no one understands what Gabby's going through. Gabby is hurt. She's dealing with a lot of turmoil. And you can see she hasn't dealt with it. She hasn't dealt with her trauma. She hasn't healed. She hasn't done anything. This job made her a hero to the ones who do get forgotten about. Like missing people. Like she was. There was no Amber Alert. She was never on the news, no nothing. Her missing kind of like just went into the dust. And I feel like her friends put her on this pedestal that she's perfect to where she has it all together. She can't mess up. She doesn't go through things, which I think is ridiculous. Gabby deals with all of her friends' problems and trauma that it never gave her time to deal with her own shit. To why she did what she did with Sir. Trapping him in that basement and holding him captive because she always had to help Lacey with her trauma because Lacey was so codependent and so whiny. She didn't have that time to deal with her own trauma. She had to help with Don. She had to help with Zeke. She had to help with Margaret. She never really had time to deal with her own stuff and actually heal the proper way because she was so focused on being a hero for her friends because they all look up to her and idolize her as this strong woman when it's just a facade that she's putting on. She's not strong. She's really broken and she really is lost. She's trying to heal, but she did it the wrong way. I just want Gabby to literally break down on one of these episodes, scream, cry, grab somebody's hand and really tell them what the fuck she is feeling. Because I feel like the reason she ain't said nothing yet, because she knew she would get judged for it. And I feel like that shit is wrong. It's wrong for her to be judged for how she deal with her trauma. That's just on period. They not gonna keep coming for mother, because Gabby is mother. My good sis doesn't deserve this type of treatment. And that's just on period. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. The fuck? I don't like Trent. I can't stand Trent. Trent, heavy boots, he is a bitch ass nigga. He a bitch ass nigga because Sir is literally out there walking around free and you so busy trying to put Gabby in prison? How the fuck does that make sense? You have a man who kidnapped Lacey not once but twice. Where the fuck is the law enforcement? Why the fuck aren't they out there? Why the fuck haven't they put posters up yet? And I'm not saying I don't want Sir character to go away anytime soon. I don't want him to get locked up, killed, none of that. I don't want him to go away anytime soon, because they need to do that right. If they, whatever they plan to do with Sir's character for him no longer to be in the show, which I really hope they don't do, they need to do it the right way. But I just think it's kind of crazy that Trent is trying to lock up Gabby when you literally have a whole kidnapper out there who kidnapped this girl Lacey not once but twice. There's no posters, there's no neighborhood watch, there's no, if you see this man, call 911. He walking around freely buying, like, how is that even possible? He should be on the news for kidnapping. That makes no sense. Yet Trent is so concerned trying to lock my girl Gabby up. Like, dude, why are you so butthurt because she broke up with you? Get over it. Get over it. The only thing I can say with Trent is this: if he feel like he need answers from Gabby on why she broke up with him, or why she feel like their relationship didn't work, I do feel like, yes, he is entitled to those answers. Because when you break up with someone, you want to tell that person why you're breaking up with them. For you to just say, oh, I'm breaking up with you, and not to give a reason, they're going to be wondering, why did we break up? So to him, he wants to know, why did she break up with him? He is entitled to those answers. But he never comes out and asks Gabby. He just carry around all this pain and bitterness and resentment that she broke up with him. Like, dude, open your motherfucking mouth and ask her, why did she break up with him when he was nothing but good to her? Why did she do it? Like, dude, you so quick to judge my girl and try to lock her up. You ain't even asking her what's really going on. Like, dude, like, Trent is just a bitch ass nigga. I don't like him. I can't stand him. I never liked him in season 1, and I don't like him now. He doing everything in his he doing everything that's in his book to not make me like him, because I can't fucking stand him. I want Sir to kill him, kidnap him, do whatever, because I will not shed a tear. I will not give a fuck. Trent can sit in the middle of the street, get run over by a bus, and I will laugh my ass off, because he's one of my least favorite characters in here. He's just annoying. He always trying to tell Gabby what to do. He always trying to run her. Always trying to tell her she can't do this, she can't do that. Like, dude, who are you? Not her motherfucking daddy. You ain't even her nigga. So what is you talking about? How you gonna try to run her? I can't stand that nigga, man. He's so, he just irritating as hell. I just can't stand him. I'm sorry, but I would never stand him. It's just crazy. The flashbacks with Lacey's childhood are absolutely great. To where, as a kid, she felt like when she would see Sir, they were hallucinations, but they were real. For Sir to be so obsessed with Gabby to the point where he felt like he had to stalk Lacey and keep close up with her until that day it might come across to where he can see Gabby and kidnap her again, is fucking crazy. To make sure he keep Lacey as a key to always hurt her to get close to Gabby, it's like really insane. Like, this man is like literally twisted. Like, it's kind of crazy. He's crazy. Yes, he's like really insane. Yeah, he's like really insane. I just, I just don't know what to say, because Sir is like really delusional. Like, there's something mentally wrong with that man, like, for reals. Because there is no way in hell he feel like there's really something between him and Gabby. Like, he literally does everything in his power to make sure he's going to be in Gabby's life. Like, when Gabby said he's never going to let her go, no. And I feel like because he's always popping up, always watching her on the news, or always trying to get involved in cases, she can't escape from her past. How can she escape from her past when her past is always catching up to her? Her kidnapper is everywhere. Everywhere. If he ain't close to her, he watching her on the news. Simple as that. He is everywhere. He's never going to let Gabby go. And it's like, how can she deal with her past, move forward with her trauma, if her kidnapper is always there? She turn her head, he's right there. It's like, it's crazy. I mean, it's not like, I guess it's not all that crazy, because when she escaped, he was still following her, keeping track of her, following her to NYU, following her to New Orleans. He was always there, just like now. He might not you know, it's hard to explain because he's just so obsessed with her. It's just crazy. He just want her. For this man to already bought a house and calling her his wife and all of this nigga is crazy. Talk about she suffered from arachnophobia because he planned on keeping her ass trapped in that basement when or whenever in this. I guess I feel like in that scene they were trying to imply he might kidnap Gabby again. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they implied that because why does he have passports? Why did he buy a house for them to move to? Why did he wire someone money for, like, why he doing all this stuff? It gotta mean something, right? I mean, they wouldn't have put that scene in there or wrote that if it wasn't gonna be something. You feel me? So I just don't know. I don't know. This show be having me lose my mind because it just keep me on the edge of my seat because it's just so good, so great. The characters are all complex. They're all interesting in their own way. But by far the best thing about the show is the cat and mouse between Gabby and SUR. That really puts me on the edge of my seat because it has me wanting to see more and wanting more and needing more. Like, it literally be like, this cat and mouse shit is like really interesting because it's like, when does the cat catch the mouse? You feel me? So it's like, I just love that so much. I feel like so those are all the things I really love about this show. Like I said, now I'm gonna get into my thoughts so far about season 2. I feel like season 2 is moving very slow. I feel like there isn't much of a storyline in this season. People are gonna say, what do you mean? Well, season 1, when I watched it, you knew, I kind of understood what I was watching, right? I kind of understood what I'm watching for season 1. Season 2, it was like they opened up with a banger episode. 3 episodes follow after that. They found Lacey in episode 3, and now 4, 5, and 6, I just feel like, what are they doing at this point? SUR has an accomplice now. There's someone working for him. He's working with someone. Working for someone to do what? I don't understand. How does he have someone working for him? Who is this person? Who are they? I just don't get it. Like, I think one of the main things in the season that's kind of frustrating me is that in season 1, I got used to seeing him and Gabby have scenes together to where now it's like they didn't already spent 6 episodes separated. When do we get another face-to-face interaction? Because in season 1, they gave you all those face-to-face interactions to where in season 2, you don't want that to stop. But they've only had 4 interactions in this season. I've counted how many interactions they had in the season. Yep, and I count the ones when she imagined him. So those count, bitches. Yes, it's getting to the point where it's like SUR does not have a lot of screen time in these other episodes. He doesn't really serve much to the plot. He's just there doing crazy shit, breaking into someone's house. It's like, can we see something? Him doing something. Him and Gabriella, like something. They spent too much time together already. Like, I need to see more. Like, are they doing 13 episodes in this season? Because they already did episode 6. We got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 7 more episodes to go. They haven't had another interaction yet. Like, what the fuck? I feel like this season doesn't have much of a strong storyline. I just feel like they just been doing cases. It's like, where is that energy I had in the first 3 episodes of the season where it was hot, the stakes were high, and I was on the edge of my seat? 4, 5, and 6, they were cool, but they were kind of like, where's the excitement? Like, where is it? Like, I just don't understand. I feel like season 2 is like suffering because Gabby and SUR don't have those heated interactions. I get it. They trying to do separate storylines of his with him and then with Gabby, but they ain't really doing shit with them separately. Like I said, they did something with them separately. Excuse me, in the first 3 episodes. Now it's like ain't nothing going on. Like, is Gabby going in prison or not? At this point, there's no I really don't see no future for that. I don't think she's gonna go to prison. And the reason why I say that is because Trent literally said he was gonna lock her up after they found Lacey. Boy, we in episode 6. She's still doing police casework. She ain't going nowhere. And his captain said he ain't gonna lock her up because he feel like Trent is just locking her up for revenge. So I definitely feel like there won't be a case. Other than I just don't know. Like, for Gabby to go to prison, Sir has to be the one to say she committed the crime, right? Well, they know she locked Sir in the basement, but the captain is saying that's not enough because she's traumatized. She was in an emotional state when she confessed that he doesn't think that's real. So the only way he would probably think is real if Sir comes to the police station and say, yes, she held me captive in the basement. But are you really going to take someone to prison who kidnapped her, kidnapper, and him, and he liked being trapped because he was close to her 24/7? I don't even know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. All I can say is Trent is a bitch ass nigga because he's so concerned trying to lock her up. Yet they got a whole ass kidnapper walking the streets freely, and he ain't got no cuffs on yet. So Trent can really kiss my ass for real, for real. Yeah. And another thing I want to talk about because I just saw someone on TikTok mention this. Sir helping Gabby with the cases gave him some type of entitlement. It made him feel wanted. It made him feel special that she would come to him for help for the cases. And I have a question. Why did she? She could do her job. She does it perfectly well. She's been doing it before she kidnapped him. So why is it whenever she has a case, she feels the need that she needs his help, like she can't do it by herself? Is it because she still respects him even though after everything has happened? Is it an admiration that she's looking for to make herself feel special? Because I feel like her doing that is the writer's telling you there's a emotional connection between them, right? There's emotional connection. And Sir is such a good character because he's not like your average kidnapper, your average suspect. He doesn't have any like sexual motives. His only motive is to get Gabby back. And if he can't have her, he will do everything in his power to always be in her life, even if it's not being next to her. And that includes her imagining him. She literally can imagine having conversations with him. In the first episode, she imagined him in the basement. In episode 5, she imagined having a conversation with him helping her with the case. She imagines him. So I feel like when she imagines him, that's a connection. That's her need. That's her needing him. And the imagination she had whenever she's speaking to him, it's her needing him. And because she allowed him to help her with the cases, it made him feel needed. It made him feel wanted. And because of that, now he feels like he has an entitlement to help with the cases. Even if she doesn't tell him about the cases, he finds a way to come and assert himself in the case, whether that means stealing a folder or looking on the news to see what's going on and him helping them behind their back. I feel like she put him in the mix of their cases being a little like confusing because he helps or she involved him, which tainted the cases and things like that. I don't know. I feel like the writers really want you to ship Gabby and Sir. They want you to ship them. They want you to look at their connection, their relationship, other than a toxic duo. They want you to actually see, oh, there can be love there. There could be a possibility that their relationship can grow into some type of form of love because of how strong Sir feels about her. Even though he caused her a year of hell, the writers kind of write the relationship like, we definitely need to ship it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did, if it was in the future, if I'm reading the future, where it would to possibly be a relationship. Everyone can give me my money because I said it was going to be one way before I even said the shit was going to happen. But I feel like when she imagines him, that's definitely their way of saying there is an emotional connection between them because if there wasn't, she wouldn't feel that admiration of needing his help, involving him in cases, or imagining him. It just don't. And it just make you feel like, is Sir right? Like in the first episode when he said the universe always tied them together. Is he right? Is it true? Is it is he telling the truth that until she accepts that's what it is, she's just gonna always see him. I wonder if that is true, and that's what it's like, where the confusion comes in with the writers trying to gaslight your mind or try to play mind games with. It's certain the truth that until she can accept what the facts are, that there is indeed something between them, he's not gonna go anywhere. And it's like, is that true? Because if it isn't true, why did she feel like she had to need to involve him in the cases in the to begin with? Why did she feel like she had to go to him for help? She could have went to anyone else for help. She could have went to her literally the MA people for help. But yet she went to someone who kidnapped her for help. Like, I can't be the only one thinking about this shit. Like, this is why this show drives me so crazy, because there's so many questions and I feel like we haven't got any answers. Like, there's so much more I want to know. They already gave us Sir background. They already showed all the flashbacks between Gabby and Sir when she was kidnapped, when the grooming started, when he kidnapped her, why she was locked up in the cabin until she escaped. They showed you all of that. I feel like I need to see the flashback of when she kidnapped him. How did that happen? How did they look him up? How did they know where he was? How did they lead him out there? What was the conversation between him and her before she was able to kidnap him? I just need to know more, because I feel like the writers are telling you there's something between them. And I'm not saying I feel like there is. I just feel like there's emotional connection between them. I feel like he understands her and she understands him. It's a trauma bond, really. They connect through trauma. That's why he say those things like, I'm the only one who understands you. I'm the only one who's ever going to be there for you, because it's trauma. They're connecting through trauma because he kidnapped her and she kidnapped him. So in a certain way, she probably felt like he was the only one she could go to about the cases because he was there. But then it's like, she had friends who were there for her. She didn't have to go to the guy who kidnapped her. You feel me? So that's where that confusion come into, where it's like, I don't know, man. It's just it's just crazy. This show be having my mind like spiraling, because I just can't wait to see what happens at the end of this season. I really can't. Yeah, y'all. My final thoughts would be is that I feel like season 2 is like moving really slow. They're struggling to really find what the storyline is in this season. Maybe when they do a future episode, maybe it'll be like, oh, okay, that's what it was. But right now, it's just moving really slow, because I feel like it ain't really much going on other than them doing police work. And I also feel like this season needs to end off with a bang. I feel like this season need to end off with Sir killing someone. I hope we find out who's working with him. And I really hope when he had those passports, they actually live up to something potentially happening at the end of this season. That's what I hope. I hope this show gets a third season, because a lot of people love it. If you go on the internet, you go online, lots of people love this show. They absolutely loved it. The fandom loves Sir. He doesn't get hated at all in the fandom. This show is just so good. And if any of y'all who are watching this video, I definitely recommend it. It's on the NBC app. It's on Peacock. Start streaming. This show is not a disappointment. You won't be disappointed, because it's really that fucking good. Until next time, I'm gonna holla at y'all.